Hello and welcome to all. Despite the many small climbs on today's route, the sprinters will probably have ticked the stage off, and it's a safe bet that they will do their utmost to ensure that the peloton comes in bunched.
Continuez comme ça! Oui, Martin, allez!
The head of the virtual overall standings is ours. But don't get carried away. The stage is still long. The route is not really conducive to a solo breakaway. You should perhaps wait and join forces with the counterattack.
His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. You're the best placed on the overall standings in the breakaway. At the front, you're the best placed for the green jersey.
The riders are at the foot of the first classified climb of the day. There will be 2 and 1 point for the first two to the top.
Continue comme ça! Allez, courage, continue! Allez! Hop, allez! Plus vite!
His teammates are managing the time gap to allow you no more of a lead, probably with their eye on the overall standings. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. Puncture! Puncture! No, just kidding. It was to wake up the mechanic. You are 2 kilometers from the top.
Allez, le gros! Allez, les gars, courage! Allez, comme ça! Allez, les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Your breakaway companions look like they want to up the pace. Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
Allez, les gars, courage! Allez, les gars!
The breakaway is losing ground.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The breakaway is 10 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. the winner of the intermediate sprint. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
On te suit. Continuez comme ça.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute. 30 seconds lead for the head of the race. The riders are all back together. Everything will be played out in the final kilometers. Bunched peloton.
Okay, we'll consume a feed. Watch out, guys. We're coming to an exposed zone. As expected from the briefing, there's wind. Stay up front.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
10 kilometers. This will finish in a mass sprint. It's an opportunity to take points for the green jersey. Just 5 more kilometers. Get ready to sprint. We need to score points for the green jersey. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
We can say that everything is going well for him. He tops the stand.
Great, guys! I wasn't expecting anything from this stage, and you bring home a podium place? Well done to you all! We retain the... Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is a stage that could smile on baroudeurs. With 2 climbs close to Lyon, the final kilometers are not particularly favourable to sprinters. Whoever's first over the last is likely to prevail.
Allez, courage les gars. Allez, allez, allez.
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The breakaway is widening the gap, but there's nobody who's a threat to the overall standings.
The breakaway is widening the gap. It's good for us since we've got a guy up front.
The time gap with the head of the race is stable. The front runners are 10 kilometers from the first intermediate sprint.
The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The race leaders are into the feed zone.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
The riders are onto a fairly hilly section. It will last for about 50 kilometers, right to the top of the Col de Pilon. They will then drop quickly towards Lyon on an uneven closing stretch.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The riders are now onto the early slopes of a fairly steep climb, the Côte de Tizy. The breakaway is losing ground.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
Here's the penultimate climb of the day, the Croix Rousse. Thinning out can begin. The descent is short and tricky. You've got to keep a clear head to avoid errors on trajectory.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
The riders are all back together. Everything will be played out in the final kilometers.
He's just fallen. That may cost him some time in the overall standings. Collective fall. It may create gaps. They crash in the peloton. Just 5 more kilometers. Get ready to sprint. We need to score points for the green jersey.
Last climb, La Duchère, and then it's downhill to the finishing line. In other words, whoever goes over the top in front has got a good chance of winning.
He's in trouble. It's not sure that he'll be there for the sprint.
There's movement at the head of the peloton. Bunched peloton.
Okay, I'll consume a speed. Go! 1 kilometer! Give it all you've got!
We can say that he tops.
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage today. Finishing in the top 5, even though the stage didn't suit us, is Hi, guys. Let's start the brief.